Cylons lured me into their deception once. Never again.
Leave no survivors.
We are all machines, even you, of a sort.
Everyone's entitled to a little confusion in their lives. I practically thrive on it.
The final annihilation of the life form known as man. Let the attack begin.
That's gonna work great, man. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome.
We
How's it
landed.
going? We have. Welcome to season 6 of IFB Interfleet Broadcasting, our award-winning pop culture, sci-fi, news, and entertainment channel. I'm New York Pete. We're here with my esteemed best buddy, co-host, Chris the Tipsy Toaster. Chris, say hi.
Hi.
We bring our unique twist from growing up watching and reading 70s, 80s, and some 90s TV movies, cartoons, comic books, novels. We went to conventions, and we're real big Battlestar Galactica fans because we grew up watching it first run. Some of us actually got to see it in the movies when it came out, when it was released as a film. And, we love the franchise. We love 2004 as well, but our heart comes from the 1978 show, man. And here we are. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah. Looks like we have quite a few people on tonight. That's outstanding.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Welcome. Here every Thursday. Don't forget us. But yeah, it's great to be back in the broadcasting range again, and with the family. I'm going to keep using that word. And we're going to have
That's right.
Have that
So
family thing.
it's season 6. Let's do our little. We do a cheer, a recognition of all the fans.
John here, so give me a second. Let me look him up.
Oh, is he coming up? Oh, perfect. Okay. All
Let
right.
me
That's
hook him up.
Wonderful. Yep. John 1 is.
Enter. He said,
Okay, cool.
Input number 3.
I have a bunch of stuff to share with you guys. John 1 will be coming on in a second, and then we have.
Is he showing on your end?
He's not, but
Okay.
I think
John,
yep,
there he is. There's the
He's
ONOFF switch.
Perfect. There we go. Hey,
we
what's
go.
up? All right, so John's with us. We're gonna do our welcome toast to all the fans, and then we shout out. Everybody comes on live with us, and you got a segment for us. You got your updates. We have our special guest tonight is Jay Rice, industry editor, FX Pro. He's gonna tell us some stories from working on various projects throughout his career.
And it's funny that one of the projects he works on is some of the music I put up this week.
Really?
So, yeah, if you listen to that thing that has a specific part of that movie, I can't.
Excellent. See, there you go.
We're not allowed to play. It sucks. It's such great music.
It's
Sometimes
all right.
like, I'm not allowed to play it.
Yeah, you guys.
So we just have to
link and
check
you can-
out the Tipsy toasters.
Yeah.
The electric toaster.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
calling
right.
it now. So,
All right, electric toaster. And then we have a Star Trek update or discussion chat with Admiral Brand Stimpson, Star Trek. He's one of the execs in the International Star Trek Association, so he'll come on. We'll discuss Star Trek. But in the meantime, let's get our toast out. We want to welcome everybody officially to IFB. Okay, and I'm
ready.
here.
You ready?
John, are you ready?
I am ketolling tonight.
Oh,
No, no cold.
Right.
I'll have it for you, John. There we go.
Okay, John, don't worry. He's going to put more vodka in the vodka.
No. That's not vodka. That's
Rum.
Oh, rum.
I thought it was
No.
gin. Maybe you were drinking gin.
Oh, no, it's good stuff. Special.
Ay, you're going to be all over the
boy.
place.
it's water. Yeah, see, watch right here. Just a little bit of water.
It's just water into the water.
Yes, that's it. Actually, this is something I hadn't tried before until this week. It's liquid death.
Oh, water. That's good.
Good luck with that.
I've had it.
It's actually
That's
pretty
water.
good. It's a pretty vodka or tequila inside of that works pretty good, actually.
Oh, boy. All right. I'm getting the shivers on that. That doesn't, I don't know, man. I
The
think.
frost on the mug.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, welcome, everybody.
And for Brand, it's got the Vulcan. The old. You can't see it, but all the way at the top is Klingon. So.
Oh, boy. All right. Cool. Very
Right.
cool.
Anyways, thanks for all coming on. We'll be here every Thursday at 8 o'clock. But we really do appreciate the fans. We like to interview people that are in front of the camera, behind the camera, and we really like to talk to the fans because the fans are people like us.
Yeah.
There's people who are just fanatics. That's why that's what we call fans for. So
That's right.
thanks for joining us. We hope to have you on our chat back and forth. Let us know what you think. And until then, we always toast to the fans because we believe the fans
Fuel the
Fuel the
fleet.
fleet.
Here's to you guys. Thanks for joining us. All right. So, John, we got some cool stuff
good.
going on.
Yeah.
You went to New York Comic Con,
Yes, I did.
and yeah,
I
you
got a lot of
posted
cool
some cool
stuff.
stuff up. How was it?
It was great. It was a little crowded. I went on Friday, but it was pretty good. There were some panels there. We saw some coming attractions like Knights. This what's that new R.R. Martin one? Knights there.
Okay.
Night of the Seven Realms. That trailer came out. That looks pretty good. Daredevil was there. What else was there? Sigourney Weaver. We'll talk about her. I saw some cool stuff. My nephew's company was there, so I got some pictures of his stuff there. I met him there, and
That's
he was doing
cool.
some cool stuff. So we had good time. I got some
That's
comics signed,
Awesome.
some previous guests, so I had to wait all the way to New York Comic Con for him to sign my comic. So I was very happy.
Wow.
Panosian wasn't there. I missed him, but I want to get. I'll get Dan Panosian next time.
Okay. Cool. All right, man. Wow, that's something. I'll be heading out to Chiller Theater Expo. So there's a bunch of really cool actors from various shows. One of them is Friday the 13th, the series. Had nothing to
I
do
never think
with
I ever watched that.
the
no.
movies, but it was really good. It was a
was a good
lot of
series.
fun. I wonder. I don't know if you guys watched it, but I thought it was fantastic. I remember watching it. As a matter of fact, they just released it on DVD high res. I just picked it up off of Amazon. I'm gonna start rewatching the whole series. It was a Canadian American series, and it was a lot of fun, man. It was like all about like cursed objects, and it was like an
So it's
antique
Warehouse
store.
13?
Yeah, Warehouse 13.
Yeah, this is the predecessor to that. So that's where this thing came from. Warehouse 13 came from Friday the 13th, and it was a lot of fun. Really, really cool stuff. So anyway, that's some of that. But you know, John, I also I picked up some really cool items that I want to share with you and everybody else when you finish your piece, and then, you know, I'm gonna shout out all of our everybody that's watching us live and thank them. And then, you know, you guys will watch it afterwards. Thank you to you guys as well. But you know, those that come on live, I'm watching the chat over here. I'm monitoring Facebook, and I know some of you are on YouTube and some other, you know, whatever else, you know, there's a couple of places on social media. But thank you for joining us. So, John, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Pretty good.
Are you
Let's
sure
see.
you're ready?
All right.
Tipsy, you ready?
Of course I'm ready. This is season 6. I should have it down pat by now. Oh, wait a minute. That's backwards. Just kidding. We are ready to rock and roll, sir.
Okay, buddy.
This just in. John 1 with the news.
Thank you for that. Hello, everybody. We have some interesting stuff coming up. It's fall now with new series, new shows, returning shows. So we got some nice updates for you. And October 26th, HBO will premiere It, Welcome to Derry. I know Tiny Terrace said that last week, but this is going to be a pretty good series. It's open up for 3 seasons. So we got 3 seasons looking at this. And any eagle-eyed Stephen King fans will see a lot of Easter eggs. So that's going to be pretty cool. You know, everyone knows it's from Stephen King's book, TV, miniseries, and movies. Now this will be a prequel, and it's going to be a series on HBO Max. So it goes deeper into the town of Derry's dark past, and Bill Skarsgård will reprise his role as Pennywise the Clown. So look forward to season 3 seasons of this. So it should be good, interesting, new, fun, but I don't know how scary it's going to be. We all know who the bad guy is. So if you don't now, you will. So it's coming out.
Tim Curry.
So let's see.
Jim
Get
Curry.
ready to toss your coin for your Witcher.
It's Tim Curry, right?
Yes, that was. I think that was the best series. The miniseries on TV, that was really scary because
Yeah.
you know, I still get that thrills when he says they all float down here, and you will too. So you know, my nephews and nieces know that one too. So the first series of Tim Curry, that was the best one. That's what I think. Scared the hell out of me, but you know, we'll see. And now it's time to toss your coin for your Witcher. The Witcher season 4 hits Netflix on October 30th. Henry Cavill will not be Geralt. He will be replaced by Liam.
Boo.
Yeah, maybe they can get some action. There's more monsters. I think Larry Fishburne is going to be in this series too now, so that should be fun. All 8 episodes will be released. Was that October 23rd? October 30th. I'm sorry. That's going to be on The Witcher. Oh, October 30th. Yep. So look forward to it on Netflix. And let's see. AMC released its newest series on October 26th called Talamasca, The Secret Order. It's about a secret society that investigates the paranormal and gets vampires. It's got to be vampires. That's my guess. This is featured in Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles and Mayfair Witches, both on AMC series, which is pretty good. But this series looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty fun. I might just check this one out. I haven't gotten to the other ones. I haven't watched Mayfair Witches or the other vampire one. But this one looks pretty interesting, so I'll check that one out. That's on AMC. So, Star Wars Visions Season 3 will release on Disney on October 29th with more stories and some voice work from high-profile actors. This animation is pretty good. It's like anime, but it's got some good storylines. I like the animation. I like anything Star Wars, so it's coming out pretty soon on October 30th on Disney. Go check it out. And another animation series, which is pretty surprise hit, which I kind of get a kick out. It's like one of my secret shames. Has Been Hotel. Season 2 will air on Amazon on October 29th. This is like an adult, very adult animated series. It's pretty funny. There's some curse words, funny words. It takes place in hell. You know, the daughter's trying to redeem everybody, so they go into this hotel and they try to redeem themselves, but they can't because something always bad happens, and you know, hilarity ensues. So I enjoy that. That's on Amazon. So it's pretty funny. And cosplayers are pretty good. So I saw them at Dragon Con and this year at New York Comic Con. So pretty good cosplay too. So if you're into Has Been Hotel, check it out. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. And then DC has announced They announced on a new movie. DC Animated always has good movies. Nightfall. You guys remember this series from Batman, which is pretty good. What was that one? All the bad guys escaped from Arkham, I think. Was that it? I think that was it. I'm not that sure. I remember reading it. I have the comic somewhere, but this DC Animated is always pretty good. So better than the stuff coming out now. So get better Peacemaker too. I wasn't happy with the ending, but that's going to be based on another comic book series now. Oops, sorry. So that's going to be whole James Gunn's DC vision now is just based on. He just gave out what a comic book series is going to be based on. Man of Tomorrow. It's based on a comic where they sent all the bad guys into Ultimate Dimension, and I guess Joker and Lex Luthor will get together, and they both fight. It's like if Lord of the Flies trying to escape this prison.
Whoa.
That's going to be next year, next Batman, next Superman. I'm sorry. That's what's going to happen. So, thanks for telling us, Peacemaker. So let's see what else. Nobody's dead. And so Harry Potter series is chugging along, and this is an exclusive picture of John Lithgow as Dumbledore. I think he'll do him justice. I think he'll be a pretty good Dumbledore. John Lithgow's a pretty good actor, and I'm looking forward to the series coming out. Still no release date for the series, but that's going to be on HBO Max. And so. Well, Sigourney Weaver will be in the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. She recently said she was in talks to bring back Ripley to a new Alien movie. Ooh. She said all the pages were great. But all right, it's time to go on a rant. So here we go. I need my rant music. How why did she gonna get by? She died. She died in when she was a clone, and when she brought back, she's gone. So why bring it back? I mean, look at Alien Earth. It's a great series. New storylines. New actors, characters, and the same world. It's a prequel, but it was a good story. It was a masterpiece. I thought the series was. So why bring Ripley back from us? Want to make a movie? Maybe they can, but I wouldn't bring it back. So, but then again, they say Alien Earth might not be canon. It's
oh, come on.
But someone gave an interesting theory at New York Comic Con. They said Alien Earth could be the same world as Blade Runner because of the two synths. Kurth with white hair and. Rutger Hauer was the other one. So I had to check if he was drinking, but they're pretty good. Be a pretty good story if it, for a fanzine, somebody write that. Alien, Blade Runner crossover. But we'll see. And let's see. How cool would that be? Okay, and that's good. Rant is over. Everyone enjoy the show. We have a very good guest. Brand's coming on. We finally got Brand back on. It's been a little while, so we're looking for a Star Trek world. And everyone enjoy it. Have a good week. Let me know how I did. And sorry for the rant.
No, man, it's cool.
That's John's opinion piece.
Yes, and it's a great one. It's perfect. Fits right in. John and I, we went to Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival for the reception, and which we had been selected, and we were virtual stream. And we met a bunch of filmmakers there. We met the director of the festival. We had a good time. So that was good. We went with George G, who was the DP on both our films. And so he was there as well. And then Jerry Jackson came. He was our unit production manager on Stranded Warrior. And so it was great. We had a nice presence. We met a whole bunch of people, right, John? It was
good time. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. And then we're attending the screening of the trailer, right? The official trailer for the Tower Protocol at the Long Island Film Festival in I don't know, about a week, right?
Yeah, that's next Saturday. Next Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think it's next Saturday, right? And then after that, I'm going to shoot off to New Jersey to go see Chiller. And we had a guest that came on who is he's done stuff writing and I think film too. So I'm going to try to catch up with him as well. Professor Patton, I'm going to hang out with Professor Patton. So it's going to be really cool. So if any of you are going to be out that way, give us a heads up because that's on Saturday. And, it'd be nice to see you guys and, take some pictures and then, we'll share those as well. John, what's your next con?
I'm thinking of going to Rodon Con on I think it's November 7th or 8th in Providence. So there's a couple of good guys there. The cast from Daredevil's there. John Bernthal, a couple of guys, some wrestlers I liked. So it's going to be pretty cool. I might just go there for the day.
Cool.
It's right up in Providence, Rhode Island, so just right across the pond.
Okay, that's cool. Excellent. All right, so John, man, thank you for everything you do. I'm gonna send you a quick instant message privately here, just again to thank you for everything, and then I'm gonna actually I want to recognize everybody that's actually with us here because it's kind of cool.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, right. It's really cool. We get to see everybody that comes on, and we want to thank you guys for being with us. Really appreciate it. And there you go, John. I just sent you a quick message. So, guys, John, as always, you are awesome. So, here's to you. Keep up the great work. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Hey, guys. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Chris. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too.
Outstanding, sir.
So,
I still need to work on your background music.
Yeah, we got to get him that typewriter thing and maybe somebody whistling in the background like Kolchak. So let's see. I'm actually going to use my mediocre modeler created
I got to get
magic
the side open. Hang on.
Wiper helmet.
Hang on. Who are we looking for? I saw mediocre modeler earlier.
Well, I can see there's a lot. I mean, we have our regular cast and crew of supporters, friends. Let's see. Professor Patton's with us, and George G's in the house, and Bert Oliver, and Rick Moreno, who's going to be sitting in for me while I attend the Shockfest Film Festival in Las Vegas next month. And Commander Kane, Paul Rodder's with us, Chris Laskowski from Down Under, Lola, Eric O'Reilly. Let me see who else. I see a few others. Where are you guys?
Got some great pictures there, Baz. I've been looking at those.
James McCoy's with us live. I see somebody else. Battlestar Bulletin Board. Sean Shallow, I see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us.
We did have the birthday thing, too. Remember how they used to do the birthday thing?
Persiani's with us. And let me see who else is with us. Live, right? I'm rattling off people I see on the Facebook IFB page. That's what I'm. Baz from Down Under. You get the full Viper helmet in, and let me see who else. I know that there's who else do I see? Bert Oliver,
Erica.
There's another Erica on here. Who's the other Erica? Erica Riley, and Chuck Davenport's with us. Cool.
Hey, Chuck.
And Chris Laskowski from Down Under's with us too. Hey guys, for you guys, I don't know, there might be some of you over, I'm not sure, on the YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I'm hoping that if you could spot them, Tipsy, if you see them.
I have not seen anybody different. Everybody's on
Okay,
Facebook,
so
it seems
everybody's cool. Sean Shallow, thank you guys.
Mediocre Modelers on YouTube.
Okay, Mediocre Modeler, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, guys. We really love having you on live. Everybody else that watches this later on in rerun, hey, thank you as well. We appreciate you watching. We understand sometimes it's not possible to jump on live. Understood. Different time zones, and it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, we just like that. Recognize the gang that comes on.
The
family. I wanted to share. That's right. And I wanted to share.
I get 15 cents every time we say that.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? So Tipsy, check this out. I didn't even know that this existed, but I found out, and boom, I got it. The Starlog Compendium, right? Volume 1.
Starlog
issues
date.
1 to 200.
Starlog date.
Yeah, look at that, 1976 to 1994. And
wow,
I thought
that was just the original 3 series.
I have all of these. I have all the star logs that cover this volume. Plus, there's supposed to be a volume 2. I don't know if it's come out because this is from 2022. Did not know it came out. Sorry that I missed it when it first came out, but I got it. And hey, Tipsy, if you can, maybe at some point we can put a link to this Amazon book, through our affiliation with Amazon. But all you guys, I know a lot of you used to read Starlog. I know I did. I collected them. I read them. And this
Does that actually have all of the articles?
What it has is, I'll tell you, first of all, what's really cool about it, it has the in the intro, right? It tells you the background and history of how Starlog was created. I never really knew. Thought that was really cool. And so, look, so here's like issues 1 through 10. And here's number 1. It tells you a little bit about what was in it. It's like a whole couple paragraphs on what was in that issue. And then it tells you the rundown, what they covered, what the articles were, the interviews, right? And then it goes on. So it does that for all of each magazine. Each magazine is basically, kind of profiled in here. I thought it was fantastic. Heck of a way. So if you don't have them, or you read this and you say, well, I want to get more into that issue, or 100 or whatever it is. You can find them on eBay, and sometimes they're out there. But man, Starlog growing up, guys, was the source. We didn't have the internet. We had this, we had magazines. So I saw that. I thought it was really cool. So I've been looking into that, doing a bit of a deep dive. Love Starlog, right, Sean? I mean, it's our thing. I know that Rob Baum, big fan of Starlog and fantastic films, just like all of us. I ran into something else. So for you guys that are big fans of, the actors like we are, the world of Felix Silla, right? So he was Lucifer, right? He is a professional actor. He is a small person. And he was, in all kinds of the iconic films, Planet of the Apes, right? And Buck Rogers, he was Twiki, and he was in the original Star Trek. And this is, it's very light reading. He was an Ewok as well. I bought it for the obvious reason. I was hoping that we would get one of those really, really cool pictures behind the scenes of him as Lucifer, but unfortunately not. So here's the Buck Rogers, right? And it talks a little bit about his history, his personal life, and where he comes from. He's an Italian American, but he is born in Italy, and it talks about I met him a few years ago, and about 5 before he passed. And really nice guy. He actually, I thought was fascinating, which reminded me a lot of my father. He spoke with an Italian he spoke English with an Italian accent. So really cool, man. Glad I got a chance to meet him at WinterCon. So I thought that was pretty damn cool. So if you're interested, it's on eBay. It's like $16. I thought it was cool. Of course, I was hunting for Battlestar Galactica. I got to tell you though that there's an update. So I discussed this with you a couple of times, but last episode here on IFB, I mentioned this, right? The Colonial Warriors United. This is a Battlestar Galactica fan club from back in the day, right? So one of the earlier clubs, right? Independent Galactica club, and I showed you guys what it came with, and right, this is like the main body of, or one of the pieces that's included. There's some, happy New Year, Merry Christmas. And this is, I think this one here that I'm holding in my hand is actually dated 1993, and it's kind of interesting. It says, I want to show you this, guys, because a lot of these fan clubs, and just like the fan fiction and fanzines, Captain Skylar, okay? But the point of me bringing this back up is we actually have been able to locate one of the members here the executive advisor, Clyde Hall, and he's going to be coming on to IFB. We're locking down a date for him, and he also gave us a couple of leads on some other early Battlestar Galactica fan club people that were, involved. So we're gonna have him on, and then hopefully we'll have the others so they can tell us what it was like back in the day when Battlestar was you know out there and there wasn't a lot to be done, or there wasn't, there was these fan clubs, there was, fanzines and fan fiction. And so 80s, right? 80s into the 90s, he was heavily involved. So Clyde will be coming on, and so that's really cool. I thought it was a great update. So Jamie, thank you for helping us try to find some of these other people. And so yeah, it's always fun. It's finding those old legacy Battlestar Galactica organizers. It's just incredible. So that's part of what we've been doing, and trying to gather everybody around. So that's part of what's I'm doing with Tipsy, of course. And then I have some other goodies, Tipsy, from my Galactica box, and we'll talk about those on another. Your audio. I'll show those off on another show, and we'll put some things up. Thank you, everybody, for liking the picture of the poster. Right, so I was able to acquire a ad poster for the release of the original Battlestar Galactica soundtrack. And I hadn't seen too many of those posters. Actually, I never saw it in the store, guys. I don't know if you guys ever saw the advertising poster for the soundtrack, right? I'd never seen it anywhere. I saw two of them, two separate dealers were selling them on eBay. Both of them, obviously were secondhand at least. And so I purchased one of them for a very reasonable price. So that was, that's one of the reasons that I did get it. And it's really cool. So I got it when it came in. I unfurled it and unrolled it, and I took a picture of it and I put it up, and you guys liking and commenting, and I really appreciate it. I mean, the numbers are like, I don't know, close to 800 of you liking that poster. It's fairly rare. Somebody asked, one of the comments that were made was like, why is it so rare? What's the big deal? Well, there's not a lot of them. They didn't make a whole, it wasn't like mass produced thousands of these posters. Just they weren't made. I've never seen one, never saw one in the wild, never saw one in the store. And, like many of you, we comb through, eBay, we go to the websites, or we used to do a lot of that. Never, ever saw one of those up until a little while ago, like I told you about, I don't know, 12 days ago or so, and I finally pulled the trigger and I got it. I'm glad I did. It's really cool, and thank you guys for liking it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, you guys stay tuned and keep dropping in on IFB online, because on social media you'll see we try to put up a lot of these things, and we're gonna have more. Don't forget to support Mediocre Modeler. Don't forget to go to Battlestar Bulletin Board. Don't forget the BFC and a lot of the others that are out there. I hope I'm not missing anybody here that are part of us. Rob Baum is on. Thank you, Rob, for dropping in. Appreciate it. And who else? Is there somebody else? I saw Patrick. Patrick, how are you, man? Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you coming in and watching us live. And yeah, Sean says, great find. Never seen that either, and I feel like I've seen it all. Yeah, exactly. So, and it was very reasonable, so that's why I got that poster. I thought it was really cool. Actually, so full confession, a good friend of ours, big IFB supporter. He was in the Stranded Warrior. Gary, he's got a really cool collection of Battlestar posters and other sci-fi stuff. But he showed me all his posters, and I was inspired. And so when I saw this one, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get it. What the heck? I don't care. But with all that said, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for following, and keep following. We got plenty more, and we'll have updates on the Stranded Warrior and updates on all the stuff. There's plenty to talk about. However, in the green room, we have our special guest for tonight. So, Jay Rice has been in the industry for I don't know, like 40 years. And last summer we were at a friend's house and we were sitting around and we started talking and reminiscing about the 80s and all of that stuff, and Jay started opening up and telling me all these stories, all these things that he did when he was out on the West Coast in Hollywood working on projects that you're gonna love to hear. So I convinced him to come on. I twisted his arm a little bit. He did help us out with the Stranded Warrior for a little bit, and we appreciate that as well. And so we have him tonight. And when he starts rattling off these movies that he was involved in, you're all gonna be like, "What?" And if you carefully looked at the actual ad that we put up, right? So the cover that we put up for today, advertising the show, if you look very carefully, it's from a project that Jay worked on, and that's actually Jay. So we're gonna quiz him on that. I mean, he had it up. I took it I copied it from his Facebook. It's so cool, and well, he's here. He's with us. So as soon as the Tipsy Toaster
You
puts
just got to
him up,
give me
Jay,
the word, man. You keep
you
dancing
go,
around. You got to say, "Hey, here he is."
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to IFB. How are you?
Super, super. I was listening for a little while, and I was listening to about Starlog, and I remember I had the first few issues of Starlog magazine, and I had those for a gazillion years until I threw one out. But yeah, that's how I learned about Star Wars. Was from those Ralph McQuarrie paintings. I was in high school, and
Oh,
we were
yeah.
so excited about this movie we knew nothing about, except that it had these cool production paintings, and on the basis of that, I went to see it like day one at the 11 a.m. show.
Awesome.
And
Awesome. What
so,
better way? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you're making memories, these little
yeah.
milestones in our lives that you can, that you look back at. So it's interesting. I didn't know like the full story of Starlog, but in this book, the compendium, it actually tells you like they were originally, it wasn't pitched as a magazine. It was like basically a one-off on Star Trek. They
Yeah.
brought together all this Star Trek stuff, and that's what they wanted to do. And then the publisher told them, no, we can't get the rights to all that material. And then from that is how they kind of went off and created the magazine instead. Like
Yeah, it's a
the
great
Starlog.
magazine. Great magazine. Now, as I recall, it had like things you could take out, little posters you could pull out and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that magazine.
Jay, one time they actually had a vinyl, like one of those like really thin plastic vinyl records, and it had like some
Oh
like
wow.
music. Yeah, it was really cool, man. Oh yeah.
I was the kind of kid who had the Star Trek Enterprise uh, blueprints.
Oh heck yeah,
That book.
absolutely.
Yeah, I loved all that stuff.
So Jay, take us back, man. Take us back when you first went out to West Coast. You were out in Hollywood, and you kind of fell into the movie world.
Well, I went to the University of Michigan and studied film there, which in the 70s, maybe the program is better now, but it in 1978 to 1982, that was not the school to learn film in. But I had a lot of fun and met great people, and I got an internship to a summer internship to work on a couple of TV shows. So I went out and worked on T.J. Hooker and Fantasy Island for.
Now you're
I was
saying good
very,
ones there.
I was very thrilled to work on T.J. Hooker because I was such a Star Trek fan, and I'd be meeting, William Shatner, and but I wanted to play it cool, and the whole time I'd like never mentioned to him that I was a star. I didn't want to be, oh, Mr. Shatner, So I was very cool with him, but yeah. And he yelled at me on day one
Oh boy.
That's my Bill Shatner story.
Oh, you got
I
shat on by the Shatner.
you meet your idol, you meet Captain Kirk, your idol. And I'm like 20, 20 years old. And I go there on day one, and the assistant director like takes me around to everybody and introduces me and says, "This is Jay. He's our intern. You'll be around. Blah blah blah." So the guy says, "Your first job is to take everyone's breakfast order. Take the breakfast order for all the actors." Like, okay, I've never done that before, but okay, got a pad of paper. And I go in and knock on the makeup room, and I open the door and I say, "Hi, Bill," and I just met him 30 seconds ago. And he looks at me like, "Who the hell are you?" That look, "Who the hell are you?" And I said, "Hi, I'm Jay, and I said, here to take your breakfast order." And apparently he had some issue with the way people were taking his breakfast order, like too late in the day, and like, you guys, just kind of laid into me for I'm like, this is day one.
Oh boy. How
Can
long were
only
you
look
on
up from
set?
there.
Yeah. I worked on that show for, I don't know, the summer, like a month or a couple months, something like that.
Cool.
So it was a lot of fun, seeing a TV script and seeing how they put it together, and you know the television show, it was like 7 working days and on to the next one. And yeah, it was fascinating. The pace was just, completely different from a movie set, which
Wow.
I would later be on. But it was
What
a
about Fantasy Island, Jay?
Fantasy Island. I loved being on that show. I met Ricardo Montalban, and I must say he talked to me. He asked me, paid some attention to me and asked me questions. I had a very lovely chat with him, and I got, what a gentleman. He
Right.
was such a gentleman. So I got to tell you that he was a nice man, and he would order for breakfast. I know everyone's breakfast order. He would order for breakfast lox and bagels, which, as a kid from Michigan, I had never heard of. And since then, I've tried. I was like, I'll try that, and now I love lox and bagels.
Hey, so you got something out of it, right? You got a
Yeah.
little, you upscaled your cuisine from
Yeah.
being on set and taking orders. Cool.
Yes, Heather Locklear, the beautiful Heather Locklear. Her breakfast order was a hot dog. She wanted a hot dog.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's
I
protein
remember-
in the morning. I like
I
it.
remember. I
That's
remember this
interesting.
50 years
Just
later.
plain? Just plain, or do we have onions or?
Yeah, just a plain hot dog.
Wow. Isn't
You
that
have a
something?
bun, right?
Yeah, and
With a
Bill
bun.
wanted strawberries and milk. I remember this very clearly.
Isn't that so bizarre? The things that your mind, latches onto. Wow. So where did you go from there? So T.J. Hooker, and then Fantasy Island, and then
Yeah, so that was a summer. That was school. I finished school, and then me and my roommate decided to move out to California. My roommate, you might know, his name's John Desjardins, and he's a special effects director now. But when I knew him, he was a big Battlestar Galactica fan.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So we went out to California, knowing nobody, having zero contacts, and I lived in my grandma's. My grandma lived in East LA, and she had a sewing room, and I crashed there, and he crashed with an aunt or something. And we eventually got jobs doing things. I worked at a carpentry shop building sets, and I had no carpentry skills whatsoever. They barely trusted me to bang in a nail. I guess they needed warm bodies to do stuff. So I did that for a while, and then John got a job with company Video Image, which was 4 guys who did computer graphics in the early 1980s, which there were no computer graphics then. And so that's how I got my in. My roommate was working for him, and then they were changing offices, and I helped them move, and then I kept coming. They never fired me, so I kept coming to work.
Hey, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, so we worked on a bunch of films. They would make a graphic on the IBM computer, and they'd work on it all week long. And it would be like a 60-second animation. And what we would do is on Friday, they had this what's called a stepper motor. They had the monitor on one end and the camera pointed at it. And we would load up the camera with film, and the computer would like render one frame for like 90 seconds. And the stepper motor would take one picture, and then all weekend long, it would just go one frame at a time. And then on Monday morning, I would come and unload the camera and take it to the lab, and they would process it. And then we'd transfer that to video, and you'd have a 1-minute little computer animation.
Wow.
Oh my God. See that? But that's what it was then. I mean, there was not what we have today. I mean, today came from what things that, you guys were doing back then. So that was, I know you had mentioned Terminator, you'd mentioned I think Weird Science. There's a bunch of things that you'd worked on, man. You got to give us insights.
Oh, well, my Weird Science story I remember very clearly, because the beginning sequence, if you remember the film, these teenage boys like are stuffing in pictures into a computer for the computer to, I don't know what their plan was, but the computer is going to create a woman out of Kelly LeBrock. So they and the graphics were this 3D render of a female, and the studio had created their own in-house computer graphics division, and the sequence that they came up with, when the producers saw them what they had done, they said, not going with it. So they threw out what they did. Oh, you're showing it, yeah. Oh, see, that's one of the things my John worked on, John Desjardins. Anyway, so I got to tell you a story about that thing. So they fired their own in-house computer guys and hired us to do it, video image. So we recreated this sequence, and the fun thing for me is, the boys are cramming in pictures from Playboy magazine. So they gave me a strip of film and a loop, that little eye thing.
Yep. And
they said, we got to find the pictures that he stuffs in. So they sent me to this warehouse way outside of Los Angeles, out past the onion fields into the desert. There was a guy with a big old warehouse, tin warehouse, full of every magazine ever published.
Oh, wow.
And they sent me over to the stack of Playboys. I'm 21 years old. I'm 22 years old. Here's a stack of Playboys. Rifle through them, find that picture of, the legs or the boobs or whatever. Find that picture and match it, and bring back the original, So that was a fun assignment for me. So we did that. So that graphic of the rendered of the torso with the boobs, my friend John Desjardins made that, and it was supposed to go sort of inflate and deflate at the same speed, but he he didn't calculate it correctly, and they kind of went at a weird speed like that, and it was funnier than what they planned, so they kept that. But that was an accident.
He's, hey, sometimes things happen by
Yeah.
accident, and they end up being the best that you couldn't do it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how long did you guys actually were you involved in Weird Science?
Oh, that was a a little project. I remember the fun thing about that. I don't know how long it was, maybe a few weeks,
Mhm.
but that referencing that torso again. We today nowadays you can get a render frame of a human being. They come in a package. You could just take it off the shelf. But in those days we had to make that. And what we did was we got a mannequin, a store mannequin of a female, cut it in half, and then had a sculptor come in and kind of smooth it out and make it look more human. And then we took little points, little pencil points, all over, little triangles, all over the mannequin, and had numbers on them, and made little triangles, and we put it on this machine that had like had handles. You spin the handles, and there'd be a digital readout. So you'd spin the XYZ handle, and it'd say some numbers, and we'd write that down, and just go to the next point.
Oh my God.
Can you picture this?
Oh
This
boy.
thing on a platform, kind of moving it around, and we got
Wow.
all the coordinates for this mannequin, and they fed that into the computer, and that's how they made that.
Wow. Oh man. Talk about how, labor intensive it
Yeah,
was to create a concept that, it's a part of the movie, right? It's integral
yeah,
to the movie, but things that we take for granted today, wow, that's
yeah.
really
That was
cool.
all the first time someone did that. Now you could just buy it. You can just punch a button
Wow.
and it'll pop up. Yeah. So
That's nuts. Where did you go from here? What was another
well, I
can
don't know
you
what order they all were in. They were all, a lot of computer things at the time. We worked on little science fiction things. Uh, well, you're talking about happy accidents, and I was thinking of Running Man, and that's where that picture you referenced came from.
Running Man,
And
excellent.
and in that movie, we did a little. Richard Dawson is running the TV show where they pick convicts to be participants in this game, and so we made a uh, Facebook thing of the convicts, and it was all guys in our office.
Oh
I'm
wow.
there. I'm one of them, and John's there, and another guy. But one of the guys, Richard Hollander, and his wife had a new baby, and she was a toddler, maybe like 1.5 years old or something like that. And we put her in as the last one, and her name was Maddo Babyface something or other. And it was just sort of a joke for us. I didn't think they'd make it in and I think I remember seeing it in the theater. They showed
Yeah.
and it got a laugh.
Hey, these are the things that right on the fly you got to come up with. Where are we
Yeah.
going to get another picture? Where are we going to get another? And you're one of them too, right? You're one of
Yeah,
the.
yeah, that picture you have in the thing is me, Jason J-Man Argo. That's me when I was a little kid with hair.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. What other projects did you? I mean, you were out there for a while, Jade. What other things do you
9 or 10
remember?
years.
Yeah,
Oh, I
man.
remember. Was this also Running Man? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this movie, right?
Yep.
And we did a insert shot of him typing on a computer, like a laptop computer. He opens it up so the studios wanted us to shoot the insert, but they didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they sent over like an actor hand double. But the actor was not a bodybuilder. He was just a regular guy like me, you know. He had skinny arms. We put his fingers. I said, "This is not going to work." So we gave the PA like $80, and this was in Marina del Rey, California, which is near Venice, which is a famous bodybuilder area.
Hangout. Yeah.
Hangout. So we gave not me, thank God, but some other guy. They gave him like $100 and said, "Go over to Venice Beach and hire a bodybuilder." You know, he came back an hour later with some guy, and he stuck his hands in. And so when you see that movie, and you see the hands go in to type on the keyboard, the computer keyboard, that was some bodybuilder.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Jay, where did you end up? You know, fast forwarding a little bit, I know that you know, you were out there, you cut your teeth in the business, and eventually you found your way into editing. What was, and you've been doing that for a while. What's that like?
Oh, well, what's it like? It could be fun, you know. Right now I'm doing dailies work, which is night work. I'm taking tonight off, but basically people go out and shoot TV shows, and then I come by. They give us the footage later, and we sync it up and add metadata and send it to the edit room. So yeah, that's what I'm doing these days. Yeah, I worked at a film lab in New York for about 29 years until COVID, and doing it was called Do Art in Manhattan, and they did a lot of independent films. Spike Lee did a lot of work there. Michael, what's his name? Michael Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did work there. You know, commercials, student films. You know, doing a lot of different things. I was the editor for Pokemon, the cartoon.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
5 years, yeah.
And you've done some Disney stuff.
What did we do for Disney? I can't think of any Disney projects.
Cartoons. It was some kind of you mentioned some kind of animation at some point, so I don't know, maybe
Pokemon was the
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, listen, Jay, I mean, you know, this is all cool. We never, you know, as fans that consume this stuff, we don't usually, you know, we never find out. How do you find out, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, you know, how the you know, the boots on the ground, like the things that you've done and experienced, you know, this is mundane to you, but the people like us that you know, we consume this, we're fans, and you know what a fan is, you know, it's like, oh my God,
I'm a fan too.
Yeah, this is great. That's why it has so much more value to hear it from somebody like you, and we appreciate that. Jay, if you ever want to come back and you want to reminisce more, we would love to have you. We love this kind of stuff, man. And we really thank you taking the time out. Everything that, you know, you continue to do in one form or another in the business and the industry, you know, like as a fan and as fans, we all appreciate it. And, you know, a lot of our fans, you know, they've been saying how they just watched Running Man and they, you know, hadn't seen it, and another guy remembered something else, and there's been all kinds of details. It was on this past weekend, Arnold movie night. So yeah, man, it's so cool.
And
so
there's a
thank you
remake
so
coming out,
much.
too.
Yeah, there's a remake. That's right. One of our Sean just put that up as well. So again, Jay, thank you so much. And if you ever want to come back, open door policy, we'd love to have you, even if, you know, if you pop in for, you know, 20 minutes just to give us another quick funny story, we'd love to have you.
Okay.
Here's to you, Jay. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Jay.
Cheers. That's so cool when you get these, like, you know, these stories. All right, you take it easy with that, but we get the stories from guys that were in boots on the ground level, telling us what Klingon. Yes, okay, so you were drinking at the Klingon level.
Drinking
You're down to
Klingon
Romulan.
level, yes.
All right, take it easy with that fire water. So Jay, I told you, Jay's cool, man. He's it takes him a little bit, and then he'll remember whatever, and I had the pleasure.
I was glad I was able to find that video piece for the.
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, man.
I know that might be a little too much for some people. That wireframe.
Hey, listen, it's
anatomy.
Yeah, that's from the '80s. I think we can deal with that. But
those '80s, they were wild back then.
Yeah, they were crazy, weren't they? But
no sensors whatsoever. We we couldn't kill lizard Cylons. We had to kill
no kidding. You robots. You could kill robots. I know you're upset with that, but it was a lot of fun listening to Jay and it was cool when I first had that conversation. I'd known Jay for a little while, but I never really kind of dove in. And I'm sure he'll come up with other stories. He's one of those guys that just does his work behind the scenes. Don't really usually hear a lot from people like him, and it's really cool that he was willing to come on. He doesn't do interviews, he doesn't go to panels, he doesn't do that thing. But he came out.
I would love to hear more about the story about how he started out. I mean, it's like, hey, I went to California and
Yep. Internship, man.
Was an intern, and then
boom, in.
It's like, wow. And then
you start with the right. You start taking the breakfast orders, man. You better not screw those up.
That's pretty cool. But, was it Aaron Gray only wanted a hot dog? Is that what he said?
No, that was Heather
Locklear. That's it.
Right, because she was in T.J. Hooker.
I was like, that's just weird.
Well, I don't know.
For
protein
breakfast,
in the morning.
a hot dog.
Yeah. Well, protein, babe.
I
just thought it was so cool. So thanks for coming on, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Scott Goods jumped on with us, and Eric O'Reilly. I think I mentioned before.
Break out the mirror again, there, Pete. Come on.
Oh, we got a magic mirror. Magic mirror.
Here we go.
Magic mirror. Right, Phil is up. Yeah, you got yours on. Do you have yours, Rob?
Yeah, I've got mine on. You just can't see it right now.
Oh, yeah. You better not be lying. I'm going to call you out. Baz, how are you, buddy?
I can
Have a good night all. Baz out. Okay, Baz, thanks for tuning in. We love you, man. Keep up the good work. In the green room is... Oh, there you go. Oh, boy. You got it right side up. That's right. I see you. That's right. All the Cylons. In the green room, we have... Bran is going to give us our...
There's only one eye.
Yeah. We're going to get a... Star Trek update with the Admiral, and now that I think everybody has caught up with Strange New World, I think we can there's no spoiler alerts. I think we can just have a conversation.
So
all right. Well, anyway, Brand's with us, and he's going to give us an update. I know that there's always stuff going on, and as a matter of fact, I wanted to hear a little bit from him because, hey, Brand, welcome. How are you, buddy?
All right, doing all right. What did you want to hear from me about now?
Well, I know that
put me on the spot. Yep.
Our chapter, our Star Trek chapter, had a major milestone, and I wanted to hear, how that went.
Well, first off, a huge thank you to you, Pete, for doing that nice little video. I appreciate you kind of pulling that off there at the last minute. I do appreciate that. We had a bunch of different friends of the chapter and members of the chapter kind of do those things. But yeah, so a few weeks ago, well, back in July, technically, we turned 20 years old. The Tiburon has been here in Colorado for 20 years. So that's been fantastic. We finally got to celebrate on September 20th, actually. Which is just timing and life and conventions and all sorts of stuff. So we finally got to celebrate. Pete was nice enough to do a little 2-minute minute and a half congratulated video. We had a bunch of members. We ate a lot of food. We talked a lot. We reminisced about the last 20 years of doing Tiburon stuff and what the next few years are going to bring and for, toasting in 20 more really. But that's what that was. It was a good night. We had a lot of members show up. That was kind of cool. We rented a big hall here in the Denver area and just had a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very good. Good. I'm glad to hear. So where are we now? What have you? I saw the two trailers. I watched two trailers for Starfleet Academy, so I know that's part of what you're
that's probably the
about.
big thing right now, right? Because we finally got a release date for Starfleet Academy. So that's January 15th. Finally, thank gosh. And I would say the trailer they released at New York City Comic Con was really awesome. It got me kind of psyched for the show. It got you some more detail about the characters. You got to see a little bit more than you did in the teaser they released earlier at San Diego Comic Con. So it's kind of nice to see some more stuff, to see Holly Hunter be the captain that she is for the Academy, and then just to kind of see how the characters are kind of playing out a little bit in that teaser trailer that you could really tear apart, because there's a scene towards the end. They look like they're in some office, and it's Holly Hunter's character, and then one of the cadets that she's apparently somehow connected to. And in the background are like all sorts of ships and things and trinkets. And I know that all of us Trekkies have been tearing that wall apart going, oh, look, there's an Intrepid class Voyager and the Enterprise D is there. And so we've been, everybody's been doing that kind of fun stuff. Oh, yeah, there's a trailer. So no, it looks really good, actually. I'm kind of psyched for it. I was a little questioning it early on because I'm like, is this going to be like, Star Trek 90210, I guess is what the common comment has been. But it looks pretty good. I mean, we got some good looking characters, and it's all set in the future. It's the first Academy class in 150 years. So it should be kind of interesting. There's a Klingon, there's a hologram. Robert Picardo comes back as the Doctor, the actual
we got
Doctor
to interview him about that.
Yeah. He's I moved the camera. So yeah, no, that's really cool, and how like his hologram is going to remember everything like it was yesterday. So it's not like he's forgetting things or anything. So that seems kind of interesting.
Tilly.
There's Tilly and Jet Reno and all sorts of fun. There's Robert. So it should be pretty cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Can't wait to see it. We're gonna have a big party when it comes out. And we'll see what it's like. So hopefully it's as good as it kind of looks like, really. Hopefully it is. And then of course the other trailer, well, I guess it's not really a trailer, but the other thing they did at New York City Comic Con was release a 4-minute clip of season 4 of Strange New Worlds, which I expect will come out sometime early summer of 2026 after Academy is over, like it did this past year. And of course, that is the last full season we'll have of Strange New Worlds. And then there's a six arc, I guess, story arc, season 5 that'll come out. They're filming right now, so we'll see that sometime after that, probably in 2027. So. But if you're craving Trek stuff, I highly suggest you head over to your favorite podcast provider, or YouTube. It's on YouTube as well, and listen to Star Trek Con. This is, they call it a podcast, but this is an audio drama. This is written by Nick Myers, of course, who directed Star Trek II and Star Trek VI, was involved in Star Trek IV, also writes a bunch of Sherlock Holmes books, which I didn't know either, but okay. But it's really good. There's 6 episodes out. I think there's 10 or 11 total. But it's really been good. I've been listening to it and really been enjoying it. They're like a half-hour, 40-minute episodes. And it's really, really good. The voice actors, the gentleman that got doing Khan, I can like see him doing Khan. George Takei comes back as Sulu. Tim Russ comes back as Ensign Tuvok. From, as we know, this is set after Generations because Captain Kirk is dead. So it's kind of interesting, and it's a neat twist on the Khan story. It's about Khan on SETI Alpha 5 and how they fare as SETI Alpha 6 explodes. Spoilers. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what kind of Star Trek fan you are. I'm just saying.
Too soon. I knew people.
Oh, you haven't watched that one yet. Sorry, Tipsy.
I knew people
I understand
there.
Your circuit's a little slow, so I wasn't aware of that. So sorry.
I had friends on that planet.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, sorry. There's a counselor you can go talk to down the hallway, so go check them out. And then if you're looking for something that is just kind of silly and fun and designed for 4-year-olds, there is Star Trek Scouts. This is it's on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the channel. It's something weird, but just put in Star Trek Scouts. They're little 4-minute videos, and they're designed for 3 and 4-year-olds, and it is so
like
cute.
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, it is so cute. I mean, every episode has its same kind of thing, but it is really cute. My goddaughter, who was at the party with us, I introduced her to Star Trek through this, and apparently she just loved it. And I want that Romulan rubber ducky that was just on screen, because that thing is so cute.
Somebody has to make one of those.
Absolutely. If somebody hasn't got that in their production line yet, you are missing an opportunity. But it's just kind of a cute thing for kids, and it's just kind of a lot of fun. It's just a neat little silly.
I swear, it looks like Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, it's got that Paw Patrol, Jimmy Neutron kind of feel, and it's just these 3 kids on this planet, and every episode is kind of the same, where some meteor is going to come and crash, and they have to pick a thing, and that's the soap and the rubber Romulan ducky, and yeah, it's just kind of good fun for kids, really, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
3
Blaze
minutes.
and the Monster Machine.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I can never remember that, because that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. But that's a Nickelodeon thing, so it makes you kind of wonder why Prodigy isn't around still. But whatever. I don't make those decisions, right? I don't know. I don't. I mean, I'd make different Star Trek decisions. Let's be honest. But anyway, also coming out, and I don't know if we talked about this last time because it was a while ago. That was during season 3. So, and as Pete mentioned, season 3 is over, and if you haven't watched it, go do it. But there's 2 Star Trek games coming out. There's a Star Trek Voyager game called Across the Unknown. It's actually on the beta is out right now on Steam. I haven't played it, to be honest. And then there is another game, and it's a VR game called Star Trek Infection. And this is like a little dive into the horror genre for Star Trek, which is a little weird. So it doesn't look bad, but it's a VR game, so I'll probably never play it because these glasses mean I don't do VR very well. So if anybody plays it, let me know. I'd be interested, because I won't be. But anyway, outside of that, it's the same old, same old. I mean, we've already started making tribbles for 2026. As we had talked about before, we sold out way early this past year, so we're going to try to make some more. Fabric is already being ordered and started coming in, so hopefully, we can start making tribbles earlier.
The faux fur will be flying.
The fur will be flying to make all these little tribble doodads that are hiding behind me there by the warp core, but they're trying to attack me from time to time, so you never know what's going to happen around here. But yeah,
you don't feed them after midnight. Oh, wait a minute, that's a different one.
No, that's one of those things, right? Don't get it wet or don't feed it after midnight. It's always after midnight. I realized that after a while. I don't think I got that when that movie came out, when Gremlins came out, but more recently I'm like, it's always after midnight, so I can never feed the thing. I just gotta make it starve. That's bad. But hey, what do I know? But anyway, so that's pretty much, that's all the Star Trek news, really. There's more rumors about Star Trek stuff since, Sundance bought Paramount, and the CEO is apparently a Trekkie and says that movies are a priority, but nothing's been talked about yet for another movie, although, more rumors than we can probably count on all our hands. More shows are being rumored. There's an Archer show that's rumored.
Ooh, yeah, I want to see that one.
Yeah, that one actually sounds kind of interesting.
He said Scott Bakula said he was coming back for that.
Yes, yeah, he kind of talked about that at the last Star Trek Las Vegas Con this past August, and kind of hinted at it. So I don't know if that's going to be like a full series, or they're going to ever do that anthology series he talked about, which is actually where the Star Trek Con thing was supposed to go before it became an audio drama. So who knows, right? It's Star Trek. There's a rumor for every day of the week. So we'll just have to see what happens. So
wow. So Bran, I wanna ask you about the tribbles. I know sometimes there's like a theme or a special one that you might do. Is that something you're gonna do? Yeah, limited edition.
We did the limited edition for the 20th anniversary, which is the blue sparkly one. Okay. And we haven't actually we ordered the standard colors, I guess, so far, to kind of get ahead of those. We haven't really sat down. We haven't picked a charity for 2026 yet, so that's actually being discussed right now. And we don't honestly know what we're ordering for. It also kind of depends with our wonderful world we're in, and a lot of this fur comes from overseas. So I'm hoping this doesn't, become a problem, but hey, we'll see, right? So
Okay.
It's interesting times.
Make
Yes,
a
it
chrome one.
is.
Make a chrome
I-
Cylon one. I would buy
I
that
don't
in a
think that's
heartbeat.
going to work out too well, Tipsy.
That would
I'm
be
just not sure how that would
fantastic.
work.
That would be perfect.
Okay.
You'd sell millions of those, by the way.
Now, I saw you drinking out of that stein that was at the Klingon level, and now it's I mean, how far down are you now? I'm just wondering.
Let's see. I am down to Tholian.
Oh, Tholian.
Tholian. Yeah, they don't. That must be very little because they can't hold their liquor very well. So, yeah.
Tholian.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Vulcan, and then I have human.
All right. So, not too many expectations on the choices that Tipsy's going to come up with.
Oh no, that's seriously.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a Borg one with like a Cylon eye and make it chrome?
We actually do have a Borg Tribble in our display, actually, and he does have a little laser eye, actually. One of our members put that together because, yeah, we don't actually sell that one though. He just sits on. So we have a mannequin that's our Borg Rubik's, and he sits on his shoulder. Actually, it's kind of people sometimes realize it's there, and people sometimes don't realize it's kind of fun. If we could make it make noise, that'd be even better. But then they could just squeal when somebody walked by.
We could put an onk on one of them and call it Logan's Run one.
Why would I do what? Stop drinking that stuff. What are you drinking over there, Tipsy? What is in that stein?
We're crossing the streams over here. We need a Ghostbusters one too, by the way.
Brad, what are your goals for the next big con?
Survive. So
Attend.
Fan Expo Denver is actually earlier in 2026. It's not July 4th weekend. We can thank the powers that be for that. Yes, it is the end of May. It's actually after Memorial Day. It's the weekend after Memorial Day. So that'll be kind of interesting. I just it's not July 4th again. So hopefully this is a good sign that perhaps now in the future, Fan Expo Denver won't be on a holiday that's a massive holiday. Not that Memorial Day is not a massive holiday, but it's after it. So we should be good. But, we're actually working on, we've raised a bunch of money over the last year to start building our captain's chair. We are actually going to go be buying materials probably by the end of this month, if not early next month. My wife's work has a space that we can use to build it in, so we'll be able to build it. We have enough room now in our storage unit to store it. So it'll be a TOS Captain Kirk's chair because that's the one everybody knows. I mean, I would prefer the Defiant chair, but that's me. But we'll build some chairs. We're talking about kind of changing up the display for the cons as well. Usually when you guys saw it, it's like, a big square. So everything's on the outside.
Yeah.
So we're trying to think if there's a way to make it more immersive. So you kind of walk into the display and then you're kind of immersed in the whole Star Trek thing. So that's one of the things that we've been trying to plan out and work on and see if we can figure out how to make work. So that'll be kind of cool instead of just walking around it. So all depends on the space we get at all the conventions we do. That's also another big thing is, sometimes we get what we ask for and sometimes we don't. So we have to adapt to what we have. So, and then it depends on how much power is and internet and all that fun stuff because way too expensive.
Very true. So what are the numbers for the Denver Tiburon? How are your, I know that there's members like myself that are not physically there, but then there's your local numbers. Are you solid or are you?
Oh, absolutely. We are still the largest chapter of Starfleet. Let me give me a second here and I will give you the specific number to the minute.
Cool.
I believe it's 181, but I'm not 100% sure.
What?
Yeah, wow. I think it's 181. So let me try this. If I can get, thumbprint. Oh my gosh, DNA sample. Oh no, my iPad knows there's a Cylon nearby. It doesn't want to open up.
Pledge your allegiance to the Borg.
Yes, of course.
Oh, that's what I didn't do. Okay. 182. I lied. We have one more member. Somebody joined.
That's cool.
So 182 members. We're the largest still by like 40 members. The Irish chapter, I'm going to butcher the name. So, one day when they hear this, they'll be mad at me. But I think it's Cuchulainn is the chapter that's behind us over in Dublin. They got like 120, if I remember right. But no, we're still going strong. We still do things as you know, Pete, because you get the newsletter, but almost every weekend, like this weekend, we're actually helping a member move. That's actually not on the calendar. That's why there's nothing going on Saturday. But then on Sunday, we're going down to downtown Denver to the Denver homeless shelter and prepping a meal to volunteer at the shelter. There's 9 or 10 of us going, I think. And that's like an hour and a half worth of work to chop vegetables and sort things and just to help out. And then we're bringing back our fun nights. We kind of do that over the winter time because we can't go out and do stuff. So we get together at Dave and Buster's this year, I think is what we chose. And hang out on a Wednesday night, have some food, play some video games, and, you know, stay up too late. So the Thursday we're all dead for work. But hey, you know, that's the way it works. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. I'm wearing it. We have, which is not known to anybody, so only our command staff knows, and I think I can stand up and show this. But we have new Tiburon baseball shirts that are going to be available to the members. The number, this is all embroidered patches, actually, and a dye sub shirt. And then the number is customizable. And then I think I can show, I don't know how to make this work in the back, but let's see if I can make this work.
Oh, wow.
There's a 12-inch patch on the back. And then, of course, your name is kind of above that. I don't know if I'm squatting enough.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So it's a pretty cool shirt. That'll be available to members on the website shortly, hopefully this weekend if I can get my time. I almost forgot I was wearing it because that's why I'm not in a uniform today. Also, I ran in the door. Traffic.
So Brand, tell us about the number you said. Is that our number that we get from Starfleet, or is that a number?
No, the number on the shirt is up to whoever wants to buy it. You can. The idea is the fact that we'll accept up to 3 numbers, so you can give us 3 numbers that you're interested in, and then we'll try to make sure that we don't have duplicate numbers. But with 182 members and only 2 numbers on the shirt, we'll see. And this is only the first round. There's 2 or 3 additional shirt ideas that are kind of the same idea, but this is a baseball button-up shirt. And it is actually patches, which I thought was kind of impressive. I expected it to be dye sublimation, which is what all the nebula color is that's on this. But this is actually dye subbed patches, so they're actually embroidered on the shirt. It's sewn on, and it is a big patch on the back. It's much bigger than I expected to. I thought that patch was going to be more like 8 inches. It's 12 and a half. So that's kind of pretty cool. I kind of got a little giddy when I opened the bag.
Do you actually have an idea roughly what it's going to be? Price-wise?
The shirt should be around between $60 and $65.
Okay, cool.
And that's with shipping. There's no additional shipping on top of that. So that's like everything involved. So, and there's no tariffs, but that'll be all up on the Tiburon website for members to look at shortly, hopefully. I just got to program the program.
Okay, so let's say for argument's sake, in about a week or so, it'll be available. Now, are you gonna just, is it open to the public or is it just for members?
It's just for members for now. So that, you know, because it's kind of a cool thing for the 20th. And then my wife is actually our graphic designer. She's designing our new logo. You know, we've had this logo with, we call that shark in the logo Stick. And he's been around for 20 years. So that's going to become like the Tiburon seal. And then we're going to have a new logo that she's working on that still has a shark in it because, you know, we can't get rid of our shark. And then there'll be another couple of shirts. One of the other shirt ideas that some of our members wants is a black on black for Section 31. And that looks really cool. I'm waiting for that prototype shirt to come in now. And then probably another full color shirt of some sort as well. But, you know, it's to give the members something to wear, because you always see the 501st. They have their cool bowling shirts, I think is what those are. And it's like, we just want something that's similar because it's nice to have, like, you got a really nice IFB polo shirt there. You know, so it's just how you can show off. We've had T-shirts in the past and stuff, and now it's time to do another run of something because everybody wants something, and it'll be fun to get together and all be in the same kind of shirt and look all sorts of uniform.
Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna have my eye on one of those. Very cool, man. All right, cool. And now, and then I have to bring this up as well, Bran.
Sure.
What's the next cosplay? What's the next uniform?
Well, I keep promising you guys that I'll wear the Monster Maroon for this thing.
Yeah.
But it needs not to be 80 degrees in Colorado when I do it, because I did wear it over the summer, and you know it's a little toasty. So that'll definitely be on the list of things, and I got to figure out how to rearrange this room so I can show it off to you guys because obviously
the backdrop
standing
looks
up.
Pretty good.
Well, thank you. That's my new warp core, which randomly changes color for some reason. I don't know why, but hey, whatever. It's supposed to be blue, and then it's green right now, and a minute ago it was red. It's got a little Raspberry Pi in it that I think they didn't program. Oh, hey, it's blue. Did it just go blue? It did.
Yes.
That's like I commanded.
I heard you talking.
All right. I said it. It happened. Yeah, so I thought that would be kind of cool to put up there. The backdrop. I take this down all the time, so it's up and down all the time. So
Very
it changes constantly.
Nothing wrong with that. Changes.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. No, it's just so you don't see the big patio behind me that probably is lit up like a Christmas tree up there. So, but yeah. No, so that's probably next. I'll probably make sure I wear that for you before the end of the year. When it snows, and I can snuggle up in it. That's probably the plan.
and Halloween is coming up. How do you guys, what is that, if anything? How do you handle Halloween? Does it change anything? Every day Star Trek, but
No, it doesn't. You don't really do much for Halloween. We let the families do their Halloween stuff, so we try not to interrupt that. We do have a holiday party that we call the holiday party that kind of is Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas all put together. It's in December this year, where we do a white Target gift exchange, which is, think of White Elephant but with a Star Trek twist.
Nice.
It is, it's a lot of fun. There's a little bit of cutthroat in it. Although in more recent years, we're all kind of mellowed out and we all just like, oh yeah, we want this, so we're not going to steal it from anybody. So it gets kind of boring sometimes, but hey, that's what white elephants are, right? Kind of boring sometimes. But
so Brand, I was going through my paperback shelf, and I have a bunch of really cool, Star Trek novels, and they're like, will they, if I send them to you, will they find a good home?
Oh, well, actually, that's kind of funny you mentioned that. The Tiburon actually has the Tiburon Library, and we used to do this at conventions. We stopped, so we did a bunch of what's considered a literary convention. So we were like, what are we going to do to kind of fit in? So we had this lending library, which we have like 6 totes of books. We also have a book club where we read some of these books. We just read, it's from the 80s, Yesterday's Sun, which is a continuation of one of the TOS episodes that's completely blanking out of my head right now. But
no, it's good. It's good. I read that.
Yeah, it's not a bad book. My wife considers the horny Spock book, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a little moody in that book, but yeah, no, absolutely. If you want to send those over, we definitely have people that are always looking for books and stuff. And if we get back to doing that kind of thing, then they'll go in the library, and what the lending library used to be was you would come pick up a book, and then next year you come back, bring that book back, hopefully, and take out another one and enjoy all the Star Trek books that are out there, because there are a lot of Star Trek books. Beta canon for Star Trek is insane. I think there's a new book every 15 minutes, I think, anyway.
I got some, the books I'm talking are classic. They are, first printings, first run of, stuff from, 80s and 90s. So
that could end up on that bookshelf over there you can't see that's got my books at it. So finish off my collection. But yeah, no, absolutely. We got members who donate stuff all the time. We have a whole, there's a good portion of our storage unit full of Star Trek stuff that eventually we have to figure out. We had a lot of stuff at the 20th anniversary party. We had a silent auction, which was all a bunch of Star Trek stuff, some mint in box Playmates stuff from the 90s. There was some older stuff from before that, from TOS. No Spock helmets, unfortunately, but that's okay. But yeah, and we raised a couple $100 towards the chair, which kind of pushed us over the top to be able to start buying stuff. So that's kind of what we do with a lot of the stuff is that kind of stuff. So
cool. All right. Well, we'll talk offline. I will.
Oh, absolutely.
I will definitely pull. I have several now. Just like you, going through making space, and I will gladly send those your way. So we'll talk offline.
Okay, absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
I have a crap load of Star Trek stuff that I need to unload.
No, you don't. You need to keep it all, because there's a Klingon bird of prey behind you. I can see it.
Yeah.
See, it's right there. Oh, now he's changing the camera, so I can't see it anymore. I saw that.
I got that. I've got screen use trouble. So I might need to get rid
there you
of.
go. Yeah. Why would you need to get rid of a screen use trouble? That needs to go in a case somewhere.
You see how much room I got back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like my space too. So I get it.
Yeah.
I'm in an
But
apartment, man, and I got Star Trek stuff everywhere.
Yep.
if
Same here.
we could, if there's a charity thing going on, and we can help raise funds, we will gladly, pass on some of the let's say doubles or extras that we may have.
And well,
So we would
absolutely. No,
love
I
to do
appreciate
that.
that. No, I'll keep that in mind when we, because I know we
Okay.
work with a bunch of different charities that do auctions and stuff. We
Yeah.
actually work with our local 501st Garrison. They do one for the, oh God, Miracle Network. That's what it is. And we donate stuff to that all the time, and I buy stuff all the time. I think I buy more
Of
than I
course.
donate.
That's what happens. But yeah, keep us in mind. Give us a heads up, and we'll definitely do our part. We want to help,
definitely got some
especially when it
stuff
comes
we
to
can throw your
charity
way.
stuff. We are. I mean, look, we're members, and we believe in the charity concept. So we'll chip in. We'll definitely help you out.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate that very much.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much, Brant, for taking the time out. We love having you on. You know that. So we'll figure out your next visit. John will reach out, and you guys
absolutely
make it happen. All right. So
absolutely.
Here's to you, Brant. Thank you so much. Love having you on, and
working our way
live
down
long and
there.
prosper.
Yeah.
Oh God, what you down to now? You're under Stolian. What do you got
almost
now?
A Vulcan. Almost a
Well,
Vulcan.
come on, get it down there. Let's go.
We can
Oh,
Vulcan next.
don't encourage him. He
Come
doesn't
on,
need
you-
any encouraging.
You droid, drink faster, silly droid.
Take
All right,
care,
guys.
Brant. Till
Have a
next
good
See
time.
you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Outstanding. Yeah, see, it's cool. Like, we get our Star Wars updates, we get our Star Trek updates. We're part of part of the fandom. I'm a member, been a member. I first started back in the 80s is when I first joined the International Star Trek Association. And
that's
yeah. So
a long time ago there, Pete. You know, that's
and then
probably before
I
I was born.
I renewed a few years ago. Once we met Bran, I renewed and joined his chapter. It's quite very, very affordable, guys. And they do charity, do a lot of really, really cool work. And we're fans, so it's kind of fun to support. And I mean, it's the idea for me, Tipsy, to be able to send some of our stuff to people that are going to enjoy it as much as we do. I think I've gotten everything I've needed to get out of my paperbacks. There's some paperbacks stories that I read them twice, and now it would be nice if somebody else gets to read it and enjoy it. So there you go.
I think Mrs. Toaster would be very happy if I got rid of some Star Trek stuff.
Oh yeah. I need some more shelf space.
She giggles in the background. Yes,
oh
please!
yeah, she's like, yes, get rid of it. Yeah, I would much rather. We have, I mean, everywhere there's there's thrift stores, Salvation Army, but I would rather
I'd rather
the stuff
go to a fan or somebody who would
go to a fan
love it
and
and
especially
appreciate it
since
as much as we did.
Yeah, they do charity work, and so when we've given so much to the charities as well, and we're proud of that. Whether it be the Empire City Garrison and Chris Fian's charity, or at Dragon Con, right? They do their charity stuff. We've given so much to them. I think it'd be kind of cool if we kind of pivot and send some stuff out to the Star Trek stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool.
Most definitely.
I have I was holding back, but I think maybe I'll share the other items that I showed
Where's
you
my drum roll? I don't have a drum roll.
from my
let's see, I have,
Galactica my Galactica box.
I have
right?
applause. Wow, that's loud.
Yes, it is. We split some eardrums. There is some pretty cool things that I dug up.
We need to have another segment. We'll call it Pete's Galactica box.
Yeah, I was able to unearth my box of goodies of specific collectibles. At some point, I'm going to go get my star logs. I have all of the star logs for like I think 260 star logs, but I my specific Galactica related collectibles and media, different types of media. I mean, you commented on this, Tipsy, when I showed it to you before we went on air, and you were like, "Wow, that's pristine." I actually have only handled these items a few times. So when I ordered them maybe 20 years ago, I put them away. They were pristine, and so I just put them on the shelf. And like most things, it'll get moved, it'll get packed away. Sometimes you move, and so I had them at my folks' place for I'd say probably the last 25 years. And so recently I went and I picked up my stuff and I brought it home, and I found these in there. I knew I had them, right? I knew I had them because what do we do as fans, and what do we do when it comes to looking our stuff up and going down the rabbit hole? Is you'll be like, oh yeah, well, I have one of those. Oh, I know what that is. Oh yeah, where's that? I wonder. And so I found this
On my end, it's more
and
like, I need one of those. I could use one of
yeah,
those.
exactly.
Let
You
me
gotta
buy
have
one of
one.
those. Spend
Yeah.
more money on this thing.
Yes. So here's some items that I'm gonna quickly share with you guys. I'm gonna try to set these up in order because they're
I would love to
numbered.
get these
Yeah,
these scanned
29,
in, Pete. I don't know if there's some
30.
place out there that actually
Yeah,
scan
30.
that
Oh, here's
size. I have to
so
look that up to see if there's a scan.
29,
I have to buy a scanner that'll do that.
29, and there is another. What number is this one? This is number 30. Okay, so 30. Let's see. Is this one is what? 30.
I want
Okay.
to see more of the
So,
Logan's Run one. Come on.
all right. So there was this publication once upon a time, and it was called Media Scene. When Media Scene it it evolved, but when it first was out there, when you could actually buy these, I never saw these on the stand. I never saw what I'm going to show you guys at any conventions, and I've shared with you in the past that I went to conventions starting in 1977, was the first comic book convention in New York City that I went to. So it was a big deal, but I never saw any of these out there. I eventually stumbled on these later, in like the late 80s and into the 90s. I discovered that Media Scene existed. And so in the 90s, I found that these were for sale. These back issues were for sale. And it's Media Scene is America's new magazine of popular entertainment. Now, it calls itself a magazine, but it's made on newspaper, like heavier quality newspaper, paper, right? So this is all color. So magazines we're usually used to, like not quite 8.5 by 11, but maybe like 8 by 10, sort of like this size, and we think glossy paper and stuff. Not this. This is more like a newspaper. But here's this one, and it is it doesn't the date is not on the front of this, but there might be a date inside somewhere. I don't know. But this is these were published. These came out at the same time as the various films, right, were being released. So this particular one that I'm holding here, this one's Empire, an exclusive preview in full color, right? So it's like, what? And the reason that I bought this particular issue is because it includes Battlestar Galactica, obviously, right? And yeah, this is some type of like a Logan's Run article.
It
Now,
looks
I
amazing.
hadn't actually opened this, right? I had not opened this, except for when I received it. I quickly looked at it, but I never parted it. I'd never opened it up until I showed it to Tipsy. So I'm going to show this to you guys. And what is remarkable is the story here that they did on Battlestar Galactica. This one says it's part 3, The Designers. Check this out. Now that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that
That is so
particular
blocky
image.
looking. I love it.
Yeah,
I mean, the front end of the
Galactica.
pods on that are not as kind of narrowish
Isn't that
that's in the real
cool?
life. I wish we could see what that what do you call it? The name on that is. I can't read it. That's cool.
Isn't that something?
That's
so
so cool.
I believe
That's
that the
Macquarie,
artist.
I think, that did that one.
I don't think that's what it is. It's not. I can tell you that the illustrator that did this that I'm holding up, the signature I think matches this one as well. So we'll get a scan
Maybe I
of
get
that.
a
We'll find
screenshot
out.
of that.
Yeah.
Hold it back up, Pete.
And
Get a close up.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, you
somebody
wanna-
can Google Lens that for us while we're standing here.
Yeah, so there you go, guys.
A little closer. A little closer. A little closer.
There you go.
And there we go. Hopefully nobody can
Mothership
screenshot
Galactica.
that. There you go.
Yeah, isn't that pretty crazy? I've never seen something like that before. And there's more. So in this particular issue, quote issue, there's something else I'm going to show you guys. I've never seen this, except I believe that this base star may have been colored like that for a sticker, but there you have it. This is all kind of unique. I don't think this stuff was ever published anywhere else like this. I've never seen it in other magazines or publications. Let me see what else. Oh, we talked about this. We'd mentioned this on an episode. Star Crash. Take a look at that. That's pretty cool, right?
That's definitely. Pete, you got this one? Hey, I just found one online just real quick. I was looking for the author. And give me 1 second.
So, let me see what else is in here. There's,
There you
I
go,
think
Pete.
there might
Check
be.
that out. Do you have that one?
Yeah, I have it. I have it
Oh.
with me right now. I'm gonna actually. Who put that up? Who asked that question?
I asked that question.
Yes, yeah, I have it. I have it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. So that's what's in this issue. So you just give me a sec. I want to put this back. I want to put this Galactica right back together with this one, so we'll know where that came from. And I'm gonna show you issue 29. This cost $1.79. I'm sorry, $1.75. $1.75, and it's issue number 29. There you go. There it is.
And online, that is worth $35 minimum.
Okay. I'm gonna open this up so that you guys. I'm gonna jump right to an illustration that I showed Tipsy. Take a look at the Daggett in this. Never seen that image before.
I think I've seen that somewhere else before, and I
Have
remember
you?
it was supposed to be
ever seen that before.
I think it was supposed to be the actual Daggett before they put the monkey in the suit.
I thought, I was like, holy macaroni, that's really, really cool. There is a little bit more here, Galactica related. And oh yeah, this is the centerpiece on this. Check this out, guys. Look at this. I've never seen that before. When I opened it up, I was like, whoa, isn't that cool? That is just phenomenal. Look at that. Tipsy,
How
you
many
said
people had that on their walls when they were kids?
I don't know, man, but that is
I think
so
that's
cool.
the same one that they used on the Japanese.
Yeah, it's possible.
There you go. That's the important one. That's Ralph McQuarrie there.
Yeah, Ralph McQuarrie. And then I don't know. I'm not sure what those are from. Those might be from like one of
closer.
the. Yeah, here you go.
Closer.
How's that?
Closer.
Isn't that cool?
Closer. Closer.
There. How's that? Isn't that something?
Okay.
So
those are the satellites that were.
Yeah, the satellites that were in
mines.
Yeah, the mines. So I've seen the artwork elsewhere. Yeah, but this is right. I mean, look at how cool that looks. This is worthy of being framed. I like that a lot. That's so cool. From ABC Universal. Yeah, it's just incredible. Galactic. I've never seen something like that in terms of the artwork being displayed like that in English and the colors that they used. So cool. Let me just quickly show you this. And again, you've seen this. All of you, us fans have seen this, but not quite like this though, right? So this is all right? Haven't read the article, guys, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, that'd be interesting
what.
to see what the article has to say. Because,
Yeah,
like I told you before, I think what we ought to start doing is collecting all of those articles, putting them into a Google.
I know.
Yeah, Google,
I know that.
What do you call it?
I know that Battlestar Bulletin Board, that Sean Shallow does a fantastic job in putting up, some of those really hard to see or hard to find, hard to read articles or find them anywhere, and he puts those up on a regular basis. But check this one out. This is pretty cool. I'll get a little closer so you could see. Look at that. Part 2, The Technicians, Battlestar Galactica. How about that? That's pretty cool, right? What does that remind you of? That
It's like
storyboards.
Storyboards, yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen those, and I've looked at some of those, crazy auctions, Hollywood auctions. I've never seen those before. And then there's this. How about that, guys?
Now I remember that one being a controversy because that was one of the very first ones that came out.
Yeah,
look at the Daggett in that. There's your Daggett.
Yeah, look at that.
That's the Daggett from that picture that you just showed.
Yeah, that is really cool. So there is, again, I got a couple of really good. Now it has, the Ralph McQuarrie art, which we all know, right? That's nothing new, in color, which is really cool. However, I want to share this with you guys. Check this out. So here is the making of Galactica. And, give or take, we've seen, an image very much like that. As a matter of fact, I think it was up on somewhere on the social media. This came up, and but this, I'm going to show you guys something that I've never seen anywhere else, and it doesn't mean that you guys haven't, but I know I've seen a lot of Galactica stuff. Check this out. Check that out. Ovion, look at that Ovion artwork.
I don't think I've seen an Ovion like that. I remember. I know what Ralph McQuarrie's look like, but
not this one, huh? That's pretty.
That's
pretty cool.
There's no signature on that one.
Let me see what it says. It says
I wonder
copyright.
If that's... Go ahead.
1978 Universal Studio. I've never ever
I wonder
seen.
If that's. Remember, we interviewed
Thorliak.
That may be his drawing, maybe.
I don't know, man, but I've never seen one of those guys. I don't know. So the one I just put up, Lola, have you seen that one, that Ovion? Because I've never ever seen that one before. And this is the last one that I have. This is Media Scene. Check that out. Again, it's really pristine. It's nice and clear white.
The science fiction spectacular.
Yeah, let me.
That deserves the science fiction spectacular. There we go.
No
That's
kidding.
not better.
Media Scene interviews. There's a Ralph McQuarrie interview, but I'm pretty sure that this also has some type of Battlestar Galactica, and I'm looking very quickly, guys. Please bear with me a second.
No articles on Logan's Run, huh?
No, it's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm looking to see.
The front cover was there, but
what is this? This is something, I'm not sure what, but here's some illustrations, and no, these are Ralph McQuarrie's pretty much Star Wars stuff, and I don't see any Galactica, but here's some. I'll just show you this. This is kind of cool. George Lucas reveals the possibility of a dozen Star Wars. There you go. So, right, this is all contemporary to the time. All of this stuff was all from the late 70s, and I've never shown these to anybody outside of showing them to Tipsy. And I don't know, maybe you guys, some of you must be familiar with Media Scene. And there you go. There you have it, straight from my archive to you. Haven't read the articles yet. I look forward to reading them. I will then, when I'm done with them, I will be putting them into portfolio sized, acid free those binders that some of us have. So that's where those things will live after I read them. But I'll tell you that color, that greenish, bluish, center piece, that poster of Battlestar Galactica and ABC Universal, that looks really cool. I would maybe think of actually framing that. I don't know. It looks really cool. So I haven't had a chance to look at your comments, guys.
Yeah, that looks cool.
So yeah, Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I remember that novel. Absolutely. It was supposed to be, it was written so that it was going to be the second installment of in the Star Wars trilogy. It was A New Hope, and then
Yep,
Splinter
Alan
of the
Dean
Mind's
Foster,
Eye.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, correct. And it was replaced by the Empire Strikes Back. So they got more money. It went somewhere else, but it was a major infusion of money that helped push it towards Empire Strikes Back. Otherwise, it was going to be Splinter of the Mind's Eye, because the budget, it didn't require as much. There weren't as many moving parts, and a smaller cast, and so the book is a great book. If you can still find the book out there, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, it is really well written, and the story, that Star Wars story, of course, has the romance between Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, right? That was supposed to be one of the possibilities where that story was going to go. So yes, Professor Patton. And yeah, I don't know. It just cool stuff. Like I said, I went and I dug up all of my personal collection in my Galactica box. This is where all this stuff was. And so I'm sharing it with you guys. I know that you appreciate it, right? I mean, where else can I go to share, the passion for our fandom, right? Specifically, Galactica. We're all sci-fi fans, but Galactica. So anyway, I thought I knew you guys would enjoy it as much, if not more than I did, or I do. And I will read them. I'm going to read the articles, and I'll get back to you. I'm also, looking at this, nostalgia that Starlog brings up. And eventually I will get all the Starlogs, and I'll bring them up and show them to you guys. Starlog covered Galactica, did a lot on Galactica, interviews as well. I also have I also did get this, and this was something I think I may have mentioned with earlier, but there is a great interview with Glenn A. Larson in Sci-Fi Magazine. And it's, I believe, from the 90s, sometime in the 90s, and it's really good. I'm about halfway through it, and there are some gems, quotes from Glenn A. Larson regarding Battlestar Galactica that I'm going to share with you guys. I'll put it up on IFB, our our page, and then so you guys can read it, and then maybe we'll talk about it on a future episode. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things. We our projects, the Stranded Warrior, right? For the record, as an update, we have just over 20 awards from festivals, and we actually got live screening in Houston, Texas, this past weekend, and we were up against the big hitters, right? The big boys, the Star Treks and the Star Wars fan films, as well as the superhero ones. As a matter of fact, we saw a little bit of a clip from a Green Lantern fan film that's out there, that we were in competition. We were one of the latest announcements from that film festival, the Houston Fan Film Festival, was that, of course, Star Wars won for best fan film in the Houston festival. However, we were there, we were screened. So thank you everybody for supporting. It's not over yet. We're gonna find out what the actual details, or the actual tally, the end results are. They're slowly putting those out. We'll find out. But hey, 20 awards for the Stranded Warrior. Thank you to you guys for helping us do that. And those awards, we share those with everybody, the fandom, but also with you guys that funded it. We did we crowdfunded the budget for it, and there's the results. People that have never ever seen the original Battlestar Galactica have now been able to see a little bit of what that world was like through the Stranded Warrior, and we're very proud of that. So I'm sure that out there's more curiosity than ever before, because there hasn't been anything on TV for a while. So that was great, and that was one of the goals, right? It was to show off, right, Tipsy? We want to showcase what Battlestar Galactica fans are capable of, just like all the Star Trek fans do, and the Spider-Man fans do. Well, the Battlestar Galactica fans are capable, more than capable, and I think we proved that.
It's a big fandom as well.
So yeah.
I mean,
it is.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's as big as some of the Star Wars Trek, Star Trek Wars, I like to say.
Yeah, but look, the idea is that we're in the room with them. Mm-hmm. Right, where there was nothing, there was no one, for years. Although there have been fan films, right, Tipsy? We found that we found some fan films.
Actually, wrote an article on that for the book,
and so that's cool. Mm-hmm. But now, we didn't let it just fade away, and we threw our hat in the ring thanks to you guys. So thank you. The trailer's out there. You guys can, we put it up. So the trailer's out there. The trailer is a multi-award winning trailer, and the Stranded Warrior has also won a bunch of awards as well, and we're very proud of that accomplishment. But you guys should be proud as well. So thank you for supporting. Thank you for helping us out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for voting. Right, a lot of you guys actually, voted for it. Yeah, and that's great. A lot of you wanted to know, where can I see it? How can I see it? Where is it? Where? Well, Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival, they have it up. I think it's still screening. I think you could still watch it for a very small nominal fee. You can actually watch the Stranded Warrior and like 180 other sci-fi films through the Brooklyn Sci-Fi Film Festival virtual festival that they did. So they did a live and they did a virtual, still up. You can go watch it. And our other project, the Tower Protocol Resurrection, we are doing really, really well. We got over 11 awards so far, and we are now competing for the People's Choice Award at the Shockfest, right? So Shockfest is there. We've announced it. Yeah, it's like $11. For $11, you get to watch, I don't know, like 100 different films plus the Tower Protocol, and you get to vote. So, if you're so inclined and you want to watch a little bit, go in there and vote. Vote for the Tower Protocol, guys. We're in the lead for the People's Choice Award, and then that means we get a live screening in Vegas.
Instructions for that on our site, or is
I don't, but I can put them up.
Yeah, maybe we should. Actually put it up on the Tower Protocol site, and we should then put it up on IFB. That way it links back to Tower Protocol.
Cool. All right, so that's what we're gonna do, guys. If you're so inclined,
in seeing something else that we've done that's it's an original IP from Pete.
Yep.
I just edited.
And you edited.
Pete had the great thing.
We're both producers. And
check it out. I think you'll enjoy it.
Producer. Yeah. And it took 20 years to make a follow-up.
That's crazy. I've seen the original, and I actually have started playing around with upscaling the original, because the original was shot on VHS-C, if I remember correctly, or
Correct.
DV tape.
Yes.
It's rough, but it's like, wow, that's so nostalgic.
Yes, that's the whole idea, man. It's cool. It's a snapshot from when it was released. It was shot in 2003, released in 2004, in a very competitive market. It was too long. It was like 29 minutes. And we got into two film festivals. We got 2 selections and some accolades for that. And so that's cool. And then 20 years later, we came up with the Tower Protocol Resurrection, another fun film that we did, a short. And it's a labor of love, passion project that we brought it back to life. Doc McCauley is executive producer on it, and we've done really, really well. We're in competition, and that's why I'm going to Vegas next month in November. So
Sure, that's why you're going to Vegas. No, just kidding.
That's why I'm going to Vegas. Yeah, so
that's the only reason why I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah, it is. It is, but
I know it is. Guys, that's the sad part, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're so inclined that you want to watch it's like over 120 different films for like $11.80. You can also vote for the Tower Protocol, and we could definitely use the vote. I'll put up all the details on our social media on Facebook. Look up the Tower Protocol Resurrection, and I will have a PDF on how you can actually do it, because there's some steps, and the steps are set up, guys. I believe
a little bit
there's
here.
a reason.
You want to look at it real quick. Hang on, see if you
can
walk me through it. It's been a while. Give me one second.
Yeah, so there's there's steps you have to follow, and I think it's more or less.
Let's see.
There you go. So, yeah, it's done a particular way.
That's important, right there.
Yep, Endgame will give you 50%. That's how you get it. You get it down to
virtual ticket.
Yep.
And don't forget your virtual ticket in game.
Oh yeah, there you go. And it'll take you.
I've already logged in, so I think that's why this problem pops up here a bit.
And it pops up right there, and then you can use your ticket code to actually vote.
Yeah, so it says $20 here, but you use the ticket, and it's $12.50.
Yes. What happens is it gives you 50% discount from the actual ticket, but there's a handling fee, and the handling fee is $1.80. So that's why it becomes $11.80. So for $11.80, you can watch a variety of over 100 films, and including the Tower Protocol. So if you're so inclined, we'd appreciate the vote. And there you go. Hopefully you guys will enjoy watching as much as we enjoyed making this film. And thanks for tuning in.
Right. There we go.
Yes.
There it is.
There you go. Yep. Comes right up. So, another great show, guys. No worries, James. I'm already taken. I am very, very happy and proud to be with Janet. And so Janet will be coming with me to participate in the Shockfest Film Festival. And looking forward to that trip. We'd been there once before, but now we're going to go for a different reason. We're going for the film festival, and that's why we saved up. But that's why we couldn't participate in all the Comic-Cons that we usually go to, because there's a budget. But Tipsy, thank you for doing what you do. Thanks for working on the projects. Thank you for everything. Yeah,
love pushing the buttons. Man. I can't wait for the next project. And writing. Just so you guys know, we're writing some more stuff that's coming out soon. And I have been in the deep recesses of this book that we covered in the past, but also I'm looking at all of the information in regards to that in the actual different, there's two different scripts. One was called Crossfire, one was called The Ultimate Weapon, and how they put those two scripts together.
They mashed them together.
I'm a big Volpa fan. Imagine that. Who would have thought, right? So I'm writing a little bit up on Volpa, so hopefully you'll see that soon as well in one of the books that we're going to be producing.
Yep.
But
thank you.
It's great. Thanks for joining us. We really do appreciate you being out there. Don't forget to join us every Thursday here on IFB at 8 o'clock. Join us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And then, are we Twitch? I don't think we do Twitch anymore.
No, Twitch takes them down, so we don't do the
so we
Twitch.
just kept YouTube. But YouTube
and
Facebook. Join us there. Don't forget to check the like buttons. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We would really, really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really doesn't give us any money, but it does help us when we talk to somebody and say, hey, look, we have X amount of followers, or we have this many people who are interested in Battlestar Galactica. Especially when we're trying to talk to people like Mr. Larson or whoever else is out there that says, hey, we have a following. We would like to get involved with this. We'd like you to get involved with this. We have all that capabilities as well. We will have Jack coming up, I believe, on the 23rd.
Jack Stauffer's coming back.
Don't quote me on that. What's the next? What's the Thursday? 23rd. Yep, next week. So Jack will be back next week. He will give us a master class on directing for movie or for theater and television. I think that will be really cool. I think I love Jack when he comes on. It's a fantastic time, and if you don't know who Jack Stauffer is, he's BoJay.
That's right.
We've also reached out to Anne Lockhart, who has stated she is coming onto the show. So just to let you know, we are working behind the scenes to get you some of those classic Battlestar Galactica people as well. Don't forget to check out Lorette McCook, and she's got her sugar. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this. She does a cooking show.
Yes, that's right.
Sugar Mama. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Sugar. I don't know.
Get the link and we'll put it up.
We'll put the link up. Don't forget to check that out as well. Follow the people, become part of the fandom. I think if you're not talking to other fans, get with them. It makes you feel the warm and fuzzy. It makes you feel get that stories going. Get with the friends. Get with everybody that we have on here, Mr. Padden, everybody, Sean. Get with those people. Get on their
Mediocre
Facebook
Modeler.
pages. Mediocre Modeler. Get on those Mediocre Modeler. I really enjoyed the how do you texture something videos that we've seen lately on the pillars. But anyways, don't forget to follow those people as well. Don't forget to go out there and check out the other fans. We are a community. I believe it's so important that we continue that community, support each other, and we will see you next week. So thank you for coming on. And hang on, Pete. I was talking too much. I didn't get it set up. Now we're set up. All right, so don't forget to join us next week, and we will see you next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock. We'll come back into broadcasting range. And until then, don't forget, fans fuel the fleet.
Fans fuel the fleet. Thanks, guys.
I